About Vida. Very interesting that Ann Blyth, who played her and played her so believably, you would have thought that Ann might have been typecast in that same kind of part forever after, but she wasn't. In fact, quite the opposite. After this, most of the parts Ann Blyth played were very sweet, sunny young women, often in musicals such as The Great Caruso and The Student Prince, Rosemarie, Kismet, that sort of thing. Ann Blyth. Stick around now for an evening with all sorts of great stars coming up, including Deborah Kerr, Douglas Fairbanks Sr., Douglas Fairbanks Jr., Cary Grant, and Judy Garland.
Tonight on Turner Classic Movies, we're getting all gushy over an evening of wartime romances. First, young love blossoms between Judy Garland and Robert Walker under the clock. Then British couple Robert Donat and Deborah Kerr spice up their relationship by taking a vacation from marriage. And on our silent Sunday night, dashing Douglas Fairbanks stars as the Thief of Baghdad. Take a ride on a magic carpet with us on Turner Classic Movies tonight.
You got your westward hose, you got your dusty roads, but we got Lone Star Cinema.
Did you want to see me?
You got your dance halls, you got your barroom balls, but we got Lone Star Cinema. You gotta get along, little doggies, if you want all the stars in the western sky. Yeehaw! Sweeping across the Badlands like a savage storm, Lone Star Cinema.
Stop or I'll kill you!
What this town needs is a little law and order.
I'm a pretty desperate Terry.
Saddle up, partners, for Lone Star Cinema every Saturday morning at 11 right here on Turner Classic Movies.
Janice Rule, who played Robert Young's daughter, was making her screen debut with this movie, and Joan Crawford didn't like her, which caused a lot of tension on the set. Some felt it was because maybe Joan was threatened by Janice Rule's youth and all the attention Janice Rule was getting from the press. Janice was 20, Crawford was close to 50. Anyway, as Eve Arden recalled it later, it caused a lot of bad feelings on the set, although Eve said even with that going on, she personally enjoyed making this film and considered her role in Goodbye My Fancy her favorite of any role she ever played in a movie. Eve Arden. Up next, Joan Crawford leaves college and goes to living the high life on Flamingo Road.
Turner Classic Movies is open all night. Hooch dancer Joan Crawford does time on trumped-up charges along Flamingo Road. Then patriotic defense plant workers unite to build a gangway for tomorrow. And women left on the home front do their part for the war effort in Tender Comrade. Stay up late with us on Turner Classic Movies.
The streets of America are clouded with the voice of the common man. The cries of the restless-hearted echo out of bruising boulevards and tear-stained dreams. The integrity, injustice, and intolerance of nations has taken shape in stories and heroes that are the shadow of something fearlessly real.
But you get away, huh? I didn't do nothing. Oh, no? No. No.
You're going out a youngster, but you've got to come back a star.
Is this the end of Rico?
I'd like to kiss you, but I just washed my hair.
Leslie, what is it?
With all my heart, I still love the man I killed.
In 1945, Judy Garland was at the peak of her MGM career. Her last two films, Meet Me in St. Louis and The Clock, had been highly successful. And her next project, a lavish, turn-of-the-century Technicolor musical, had all the right elements for another hit.
My name is Susan Bradley. I'm from Ohio.
We're Harvey girls.
Harvey girls, what's that, college?
No, we're waitresses. We're headed for Sandrock to open a restaurant.
Sandrock? That's where I'm going.
Set against the background of the Old West, The Harvey Girls was based on the restaurant chain owned by Fred Harvey and the traveling waitresses who moved west with him. Judy played a proper young Easterner who falls in love with a saloon keeper, much to the dismay of beautiful saloon girl Angela Lansbury.
What do you want out of Ned Trent? You're in love with him.
Listen, you little insignificant...
Oh, I may be little, and I suppose I am insignificant. But I must be getting somewhere, my friends and I. Or a significant citizen like you could never be so very, very worried.
One of the film's high points is the large-scale production number of the Atchison, Topeka, and the Santa Fe. The Johnny Mercer, Harry Warren tune was recorded in an 8-hour session, with Judy singing her choruses in only one take.
On the Atchison, Topeka, and the Santa Fe.
All aboard!
When it came time to shoot, director George Sidney would later recall, Judy saw a dancing stand-in do a run-through only once. Then she said, "I'm ready," and she went right through it. Every movement matched to the subtle changes in her voice. Every movement of the dancing memorized at a glance. It was sheer genius.
I can't believe that anything would go so fast. Then you pull back with those clothes. A hustling and a puffing and away she goes. All aboard
The Harvey Girls was released in January of 1946 and is listed by Variety as one of the all-time box office champions. On the Atchison, Topeka, and the Santa Fe won an Oscar as Best Song that year. And like the trolley song from Meet Me in St. Louis, it was destined to become another classic in the musical repertoire of Judy Garland.
Step out with Judy Garland every night at 6 p.m. Eastern, all next week on Turner Classic Movies.
Away, unhappy news away.
I'm stepping out with my baby. Can't go wrong, 'cause I'm in right. It's for sure, not for maybe, that I'm all dressed up tonight.
All night long he calls her Snooky-ookums, Snooky-ookums.
Fiddle up on your violin. Lay right on it, rest your chin upon it. Doggone, you better begin and play an overture upon your violin.
When the midnight choo-choo leaves for Alabama.
Alabama.
I'm just a fella with an umbrella.
It only happens when I dance with you. That trip to heaven till the dance is through.
A girl I love is on a magazine cover.
I've worn out my welcome with this town. I've heard the cry of the city, and I've seen things I can't drink off my mind. Push always comes to shove, and there's no time to be afraid of the dark. You gotta dance as fast as you can, 'cause the footsteps always get closer. The night always gets longer, and trouble always sneaks up and slaps you across the face. And I'm tired of getting slapped around.